Hey everyone, you've probably seen a couple of my videos lately, and you've thought, what is that? What is that junk right there? Something's going on here, what is this? Well, this is a new mod that I'm working on. I've had this for about a month or two now, and it's a Sustainiac. No, this is not how it's supposed to look. It's actually upside down right now, and it's just temporarily mounted to the top with suction cups. I did that because I wanted a temporary solution so that I could see if I liked the Sustainiac before I actually routed a bunch of holes in my bass and didn't like it. But I do like it. I do like it a lot, and today I wanted to show you what it does, what I had to go through to get it this way, and I hope you like it. I thought it was interesting. And I'm sure some of you are wondering, why in the world would you get a Sustainiac for your bass? What kind of maniac would do that? I would. Because I was lucky enough to watch Steve Vai play in concert. I'll throw a clip up right now. And the whole time I was like, how is he doing that? Because it sounds like he's playing the guitar like a flute. I mean, like a wind instrument. It's beautiful. And I just thought, I gotta do that. I gotta know how to do that. So the secret to that is something like a Sustainiac. So first of all, I don't have any footage of me making these custom spacers here at the top. But it was simple. I measured how far the strings needed to be from the Sustainiac itself, and then I made little wood pieces accordingly and put suction cups on there. It's simple as that. So the Sustainiac actually screws into the pieces of wood, and the suction cups are holding the whole thing onto the surface of the bass. Now, if you don't know, a Sustainiac is basically a big magnet, or a big conductor, I guess. Basically, it takes input from one of your pickups, and it amplifies that into a magnetic current. So it forces your strings to vibrate, creating sound. Now, the problem that I ran into, speaking of pickups, is I wanted to keep both of them. You're not supposed to do that. I really like the sound of both of these pickups. I can't live without the neck pickup in my basses. I just can't. I love the sound too much. So why I say that's a problem is because of the way it's wired, specifically for this bass. Both of these pickups are wired together, and they're wired so that together they both go into one input into the active preamp called the tone pump of this bass. It's a problem because when the Sustainiac is on, I can't use the neck pickup. I can only use the bridge pickup, which is fine. It's kind of the way it's supposed to be anyway. But this is why. I'll show you. So this is how it sounds, just the bridge pickup. And that's a little bit of the Sustainiac working. I'll show you all the modes that it can do. But if I turn the neck pickup on, this is what happens. No good. Unless I turn it on just a little bit. I'll show you what I mean. Because it gives this really cool distortion sound. I'll show you. So if I just play it normally, that's without the neck pickup. Now if I turn the neck pickup just a little bit on, it's kind of wild. But speaking of wiring, the way I wired this was pretty simple. I just did a straight dry run setup, that they call it. Sustainiac has different ways to set up their different models so that, some guitars work differently. I just did the dry run setup, which means you just plug everything in, wire up all the electronics and don't replace any of the pickups or anything like that. You just make sure it works. That's all I did. In fact, the way it's supposed to work is when you turn it off, there's supposed to be an active pickup function, but I didn't turn that on. I just disabled that, so now it's just a sustainer with harmonic modes, and it's not a pickup at all. And you can see here, I have footage of this. I don't have footage of the actual install, but I have footage of me doing whatever this junk is. You see this here? This is wiring with the switches going into the control cavity. I did this specifically because I wanted, you know, temporarily to have the switches coming out so I could still use them. Because normally, you know, you're supposed to drill holes in the front of it, but I didn't want to do that. So I also had to do this solution in particular because this specific model of switches is called the aux TT. It's one of the options that Sustainiac offers. It has a control board on this side and it's vertical. Different kinds of control boards are for different kinds of instruments, you know, maybe mainly for space reasons. I chose the aux TT, which apparently was a little bit too tall for my bass. So I had to take the control board off and wire the control board to the switches separately. It all still works the same. It's just a thing that I had to get around so that I could use this the way I need it. Because it used to have the control board out here like this too, but it kept getting caught on things, and it was, you know, I kept like having to resolder because things kept coming loose, and but that's my fault. Now as far as the battery, that was another problem, because you can see that my bass, it already has a battery in it for the active preamp. The Sustainiac needs its own battery, and apparently it drains pretty quick, which I'm not a huge fan of. So I tried rechargeable batteries, which they work, but they're not as good. So if you have any other solutions to rechargeable batteries, 9 volts, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Because I don't want to be throwing away all those batteries. It sucks. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of waste. That being said, I'd like to show you what I can do with this thing. You know, after I show you the modes, I'll do a little demo for you. There's 3 modes. The first one, in the down position, is the regular sustained note. So it takes whatever note you're playing, and it sustains it, like this. Now it sounds like a harmonic because it kind of is. The reason for that is because it's a bass. You know, it's going to be way too much current to generate to make it sound like, you know, to make it sound like this. So it has to allow itself to just, you know, move the strings a little bit. It's okay. Now it has the second mode in the middle position, which is the 1 octave harmonic, which is just takes your note and plays the octave above it. This one mainly works for the D and the G string. It doesn't really work for the lower strings because the lower strings are too big, on bass specifically. On guitar works perfectly, but this is my own problem. So it sounds kind of like this. I like that a lot. Now the third mode is 1 more octave up. There's 2 octaves harmonic. Sounds like this. So anyway, I'm going to play a real demo for you. I'm going to put it in a little bit of a mix so you can see what it sounds like with other things going on in the background. But yeah, I mean, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I thought it was fun. I like making these little tutorial and little review and demo things because it's fun. So yeah, thank you for watching and thank you for listening to my music and enjoying all my content. It means a lot. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.